Okay, we're out for Aaron needed to do a daily walk, and I wanted to for those of you that stuck around to the end of yesterday's vlog and you read the little paragraph I put in, I put it up long enough so that you could read it, pause, whatever you needed to. But yeah, you remember these rocks went all the way down to the water line? Yeah.
They still do.
Yeah, they still do. But we're going to a spot that's very, very interesting. And by and large, pretty much like it's a commonplace style thing. But I don't say that they only exist in the Netherlands. But places like this very commonly exist in the Netherlands. Like, it's bad. This is cool. This is like so cool. I say it's bad, but this is like Aaron and I were going more over the Rijkswaterstaat website. And I'll talk more about that after I show you guys this.
Have you put a link in that, or a link to that yet?
I figured anybody who is actually interested could. I put it on yesterday's screen. Okay. I'll put a link in the description, but they don't translate it very well out of Dutch. So yeah, anyways. So due to the nature of the island we live on, it's just, it tickles me so much that I can do this. And the locks are closed because of hoogwater, high water. This water and all of that water that continues out to Iber, continues out into the Markermeer, all the way to Almere. Like, from right there on those rocks, you could submerge yourself and wind up near Lelystad and completely stay underwater. There's no unbroken. Yeah, it's a solid thing of water.
And that's what, 700,000?
700 square kilometers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, we're just leaving it with the smaller than this, that water, different systems of water. It's a dike. This is why they call this Zeeburger Dike. Is because that water is 37 centimeters over not normal Amsterdamse pile. This water is 37 centimeters below normal Amsterdamse pile.
That's 74 net centimeters difference, which is about here. About here on me.
Yeah, that's 28 to 30 inches for those of you want to do that. Now imagine that, just to give this into the American thing and just to kind of, like, you already know the square kilometers and stuff. That is over 2 feet of water spread out over 280 square miles.
It's a lot of water.
Yeah, that's why, yeah, the Amsterdam Rhine Canal is, and so just to give you an idea, the bridge that goes from our island into north, that's the Schellingwoudebrug. That's where the high water measurement's from. This island right here, with the little round building on it, KNSM Island, it's called Suriname-Kade, which is just the road. And the measuring thing is over there. So I can zoom in really close on that map and actually look at two different measurements that are 2 feet apart from each other. Not distance on the map, but like distance and elevation of water level.
Yeah.
And we thought about all of that water over here. So now we're going to go into like the weird cray-cray physics that I think some of you may want to listen to this about. They can't dump that water into here because if this raises by even up to Aaron's knee, half of that, all of that water going into here this right here is unbroken all the way through Amsterdam through canals. You could go from that buoy right there over to Vondelpark on a canal in a kayak.
Yeah.
Just saying that it's unbroken water. This is this is the Amsterdam water. So all this water here connects to the canals. And if you raise all those canals by about a foot, you're gonna have some serious flooding, and a lot of the houseboats are gonna get all messed up because they're just not used to it. Side note, jump cut, because a bunch of people came from behind us on bikes when there's a whole fucking road down there they can ride down. Anyways, continuing to the enormity of all of this. So the Markermeer and the IJsselmeer have a dam across them, and that goes from like Purmerend to Lelystad. And then from a different radial part of North Holland, there's the the Afsluitdijk, and that goes from North Holland to Friesland, of sorts. So that's a whole different water thing. That's a whole separate water level. It's got its own little thing, but it empties into the ocean. This water here also empties into the ocean through IJmuiden, which is way out by the North Sea. But high tide goes up to 77-ish centimeters above Amsterdamse Pijl. That's what it's kind of been going up to. You can't empty water out of here while the sea, the actual fucking ocean, is at a higher level than your river. I.e. the IJmuiden Sluis. There's locks out there too. And so they can't drain any water from over here into Amsterdam without already letting some of the water out. So they can only do that during like 4 hours of the lowest of tides. So, yeah. Aaron?
Yeah, this is what the Dutch do and are good at. But there's a level here of it's gonna take a while to fix.
Yeah. And all of y'all people that are on the North Sea TikTok and worried that it's all like you think the Dutch went to war and have Rijkswaterstaat as a government agency because of a calm puddle? No. In terms of like storms and bullshittery that comes around on seas, the English call the pond the Atlantic Ocean because the North Sea is fecked. That's on the other side of their island.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much what we're dealing with. Oh, road down there.
That's acceptable use, huh?
I know it's acceptable use, but it's audacity. The road goes through. You don't need to ride up here. But anyways, yeah. So the shipping canal going all the way down through Utrecht and stuff is fine. The locks have protected that. The flow is pretty insane by Weesp, which is further down that way. And so with the flow being high near Weesp, it's definitively flowing this way, and they're emptying it out into the ocean. When
as fast as they can.
when it can be emptied, this water level will sink ever so slightly, and then they will pump those buildings that we were next to way back there. Those are the pumping stations that pump from here to there. And they can't open the locks, probably don't even have the fish thing open, because the water from the Markermeer will absolutely inundate the locks. So they're just stopping all water transport through the locks. And things are... It is an interesting time. I am not in any danger that something's going to go wrong, because this, like Aaron said, this is what the Dutch do. They are masters of this. They created this land, and they will protect it from their greatest enemy, water.